Barnstormer Distillery in Rockford, Illinois. And today we are going to be talking about a lemonade. So we're going to make two different versions of the lemonade, only using 2 ingredients per drink, per cocktail. So I will tell you guys, I absolutely love this brand. It's called Simply Lemonade. They do a Simply Lemonade plain, which I have right here, but they also have one with strawberry, and then they have one that's a limeade. All 3 of these will work with your lemonade as we kind of construct them and put them together today. And then we'll move over to talking about how to do a Boozie frosting on your carrot cake. This is for adults only, so don't feed it to your children. So anyways, we're going to talk about building a lemonade. We'll make it, we'll taste it. We've got some news at the end, an update on our Kickstarter campaign. And so let's start with our lemonade. So it's just a Barnstormer lemonade. We're gonna start with a highball. I do love a glass that's nice and heavy for this particular cocktail. I also love big, huge ice cubes for this as well. If you have a glass that has an opening, oh, and there's Izzy. If you have a glass that can hold a bigger ice cube, it's always fun to do that. So we'll put 2 ice cubes in there. And then we will go ahead, I'm gonna build our vodka version first. And again, super, super simple. It's 2 ounces. I'm gonna use our cucumber vodka this time. And the cucumber, the reason why I'm using the cucumber is because I like the cucumber, strawberry, and lemonade together. And it's only 2 ingredients. So it's a big, tasty bang for your buck. So anyways, we will do 2 ounces of cucumber vodka. Again, super, super simple. I do love simple. I'm gonna shake this up. You can find Simply Lemonade in the refrigerated section. And really, it's 4 to 6 ounces depending on what your glass holds. So we'll just fill that up to the top. And of course, you can add some fruit if you'd like. I did put out some raspberries to put in there. Again, I'm kind of going against the grain of put in a strawberry. I had raspberries in my refrigerator, so we're gonna put in a couple of raspberries. I am going to quickly go ahead and do a lemon wedge. And we'll just kind of fit it down in there. And that is your cucumber strawberry lemonade. Doesn't that look fun? Oh my gosh, I can't wait until summer comes. This is gonna be so much fun. The other thing, oh man, that's good. The other thing that you can do if you wanted to add an herb, I know I said it was 2. Sorry. If you wanted to add an herb, I would go ahead and add some mint. Mint will make that really fresh. This is delicious. This is gonna be a really good cocktail when we make our frosting. So, so that is our cucumber and strawberry lemonade. So the next one that we're gonna do is we're actually gonna do whiskey. Whiskey and lemonade go really, really well together. So we'll add 2 of the ice cubes. Now for our bourbon, I would recommend that you use 1.5 ounces as opposed to 2 ounces, simply because it's 122 proof. So we'll go ahead and this has an internal measuring cup, which is great. I love this jigger. Now, you can use our barrel strength which has notes of butterscotch, toffee, caramel. It's got some licorice, a little bit of dark cherry, which goes really well. So it's a richer bourbon than our 90 proof, which I don't have out. But if you're looking to add a little bit of maybe some cream soda, a little bit of star anise or creme brulee, maybe some brown sugar, our bourbon aged in our rum barrels is a great suggestion. I don't know if I shake this, so we're just gonna go ahead and shake this. So I'm just using the Simply Lemonade, just their original lemonade. I do like their limeade with our regular vodka as well. So we'll go ahead and do this. So this is kind of like an Arnold Palmer, but not really. And then for this one, for your bourbon, I would add a darker berry. If you're gonna do berries, I would do a blackberry. So we'll add a couple of blackberries in there. And then again, slice off some lemon. And we'll put that right in there. And a fan favorite for your bourbon lovers as well. Oh, so that is, it is richer, it is deeper. Oh my gosh, I love that. That is so delicious. Yummy. I mean, who doesn't love lemonade? But then to add bourbon or vodka to it. So very light, very fresh, very rich, but still refreshing because of that lemon or that citrus. So we're gonna put these on either side. So every Easter, I do a spiced carrot cake. And I do love to do a spiced carrot cake, and I always do either a cream cheese frosting, or I'll do a buttercream frosting. So this particular one, I made it last night. I used 1 stick of salted butter. I used 4 cups of confection sugar, and I had 3 ounces of our bourbon aged in rum barrels. So I started out with 1 ounce. So you want to do 1 ounce at a time as you're mixing it with a hand mixer. Just because you want to make sure that the consistency is right, and you also want to make sure that the taste is correct. I don't want to overly booze it, because then you really can't taste the spiced carrot cake. But if you don't want to do a homemade frosting, no worries. Go shopping at the grocery store and pick up any kind of cream cheese frosting. This is what we're going to do today. And I got a little bowl. We'll put the entire thing in here. And I like to use a fork instead of a whisk. And if I wasn't so concerned about noise, I would actually use a hand mixer for this. But my hand mixer is super loud and I can't talk over it. So a fork is just fine. It just takes a little bit more elbow. And it also takes a little bit more wrist and all that other good motion. So I've just dumped it into a silver bowl. And then the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to add, believe it or not, I'm going to add vodka. So when I told you that I started with 1 ounce at a time, I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to actually flip over my jigger, and we're going to do 1 ounce of vodka. So this recipe, either from scratch or from, okay, here we go. Either from scratch or from the can, will last in your refrigerator for about 3 months. If you're doing the fresh one with butter, it lasts up to 9 months. And the reason why it lasts up to 9 months is it's butter and booze, people. Everything lasts with butter and booze. So the reason why I'm adding some vodka to this, and again, I only added 1 ounce, is you can see how much more creamy this becomes. And it will lose its graininess. It will also lose its chemicalness. You can't totally hide that with booze, but you can certainly make that really nice, beautiful, and creamy. So it looks like it's homemade and not store-bought. So I'm all about easy. So we'll go ahead and taste this. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and taste that. I just stick my spoon in just a little bit. Oh, that is super creamy. I'm gonna actually add, because I do this quite a bit, I'm gonna add 2 more. And don't worry, it won't get too soupy. So we'll do 1, and then we'll do 2. So that is 2 ounces, or this is actually a total of 3 ounces with 1 can, 16 ounces of pre-made cream cheese. And because the other thing that you don't want to do is, now that I've got 2 ounces in here, you have to do it just a little bit slower. And it will become a little boozy, but this is a really good starter for so many other flavors. If you wanted to add some vanilla extract, I would back off on the amount of spirit that you use, simply because you only probably want, with the canned stuff with 16 ounces, you probably only want 3 ounces of liquid total. And it does become more of an icing when you do that, which is just as good. So if you're doing a white cake, or you are, getting ready for Easter. Again, did I say that it takes arm muscle power to do this? So now what I've got is I've got a really nice icing. If you want this to harden up just a little bit, go ahead and stick it in the refrigerator for just a few minutes. I did take this out at room temperature, so it will harden just slightly, and then I would refrigerate whatever you're icing. We'll take out another spoon, because you never double dip if you're serving it to other people. Oh my gosh, that is delicious. So here is what I like to do. So I have a grater, a handheld grater, and with the lemon that I just had, I'm gonna go ahead and add freshly grated lemon peel. And this will add a beautiful, beautiful freshness to your frosting. Now, if you're store buying your cake or whatnot, there's no shame in that. We're all busy. We all have a million things going on. So, but if you want to kick it up, it only takes just a hot second to make it feel like you have spent hours. And as a guest, it always feels good to have a little bit of an added touch. So when you mix that all in, you'll see, and I don't know that you can really see it on camera, but there are very, very fine grades of lemon peel in here. And it does really add to the sensory portion. And this goes really, really well on a white cake. White and a lemon frosting, yummy. So I'm gonna set this aside because I already put a bag together. Now, if you don't have a piping bag, now this is the stuff that I used last night. Hold one moment. Delicious. If you don't have a piping bag, it's okay. Grab a plastic bag. Cut just a little teeny sliver in the corner of that plastic bag. And then you can go ahead and stick all of your tools, all of your piping tools in there. So I did that this morning, and there was stuff everywhere. So we'll go ahead and we'll squeeze. So what I did in this particular, in the homemade version, so again, 1 stick of butter, go ahead and mix that stick of butter room temperature first. You won't be fighting with all of your ingredients if you do that first. And then I would go ahead and add 4 cups of confection sugar, 1/4 a cup at a time, because otherwise it's like a hot mess of powdered sugar all over the place. And then you'll add in your ounces of, I did bourbon. So I actually used 40 Winks bourbon finished in rum because I wanted that sweetness or that raisin flavor that our bourbon with finished in rum barrels gives. I think when I think of carrot cake and I think of like an old-fashioned carrot cake, some of them have raisins in it. So I thought that this was a perfect marriage. And I didn't want too much and overly do it because I still wanted to taste my cake. So this one, and I'm so sorry that I'm repeating this, 1 stick of butter, 4 cups of confection sugar, 3 ounces of 40 Winks bourbon. But you can add, if you have at home Dutch 45 or our barrel strength or our 90 proof, go ahead and add those. It goes really well with a spiced cake, a gingerbread, a carrot cake, or chocolate. Yummy. Chocolate and bourbon, it's like awesome. If you're dealing with a white cake, I would stick with the vodkas unless you're doing like a Kahlua or a Russian, a white Russian. That works, that could work really well too. So we'll go ahead and pipe. And you guys, I'm no baker. So, and I don't think that you really need to be. I think part of the fun is that hand done, in this case, hot mess. And a buttercream. So if any of you have shopped at Nothing But Bundt Cakes, they actually do a buttercream on all of their cakes. So this is not their recipe, but it is close. So anyways, there's my little cake. Isn't it cute? So now that we have a cocktail and we have some carrot cake, it's a perfect day for an April Fool's Day. Although I don't really have anything April Foolish. So, because none of this is foolish. Unless you drink too many or you have too many. And then you might have a little stomachache. Anyways, news. The news that we have, I will be tonight from 5 to 7 at DJ Liquors in Davis Junction, Illinois. We'll be tasting out all of our products. So that should be really fun. And it's always a good time. I know that the bartenders behind the bar, they've got a special cocktail using our products behind the bar tonight. So that'll be really fun. I think Destiny is working on something really fun. And an update on our Kickstarter. So we have 20 more days until we have to meet our goal. We are, what are we, Tim? 35%?
38%.
38% to our goal, 55 reward contributors. But here's what I will tell you guys. Every dollar helps. So we know that times are tough. We know that not everyone can afford to do some of the rewards that we've placed out there. And we totally understand that. But we just found out, do you know algorithms? Do you know anything about those things? So We just found out that every person who donates even $1 boosts up our algorithm and puts us at the top of all Google searches and Kickstarter campaigns.
And if you donate $1, you get all of our updates.
And if you donate $1, you get all of our updates. So speaking of which, Tim, if you didn't catch our Instagram or Facebook, just recently, Tim just put out for 1 week only. It will end on Tuesday. We did barrel stave chips. So a 2-pound bag, or a 5-gallon bucket. And we've got old retired whiskey staves that we have chipped away, which would be awesome for like barbecues and smokers. And if you wanted to put it in your fireplace, I guess that would be okay. Sure, it smelled like whiskey. It'd be awesome. So, and I know that Father's Day is a little while away. But what a great Father's Day gift. I don't know that we'll necessarily have it available at Father's Day. So a little pre-planning on all of our parts for that particular reward. But the other rewards that we have a tour and tasting for 2. We have a 1-year membership to the Barnstormer Club, which gets you invited to some of our quarterly private events. A gin making class. We have a mixology class. I'm super excited about this one, guys. We have one of our most favorite bartenders in the Rockford area has agreed to come and teach a class on mixology and your favorite cocktail. And then he will go ahead and customize a cocktail for you at the time of the class. So that class is 6 people per class, and we'll probably, if we get enough people, we'll host multiple classes. And he was really excited to do that. So I'm the bar back, just an FYI. I'll talk about the spirits, but then I'll relinquish the event to him, and so that he can entertain you and inform you all about beautiful cocktails that you can make at home, and then customize your own cocktail for you. And Adopt a Barrel is another reward. So anything else that you can think of, Tim?
No, I think you did a pretty good job covering it.
Okay, so I think that's it. So we hope that you have a lovely, happy Easter. If you happen to be gathering with family and friends this weekend, if you want to talk about us, I'm totally okay with that. And just spread the word. Spread the word that we've got something going on. If you caught Rockford Buzz on Instagram today, we took a little tour or a walk around our property yesterday. We are still a hot mess. It is in spring cleanup. We're in spring cleanup mode. We're refreshing and painting all of our tables and chairs so that they're nice and pretty for you guys. So we've got stuff kind of all over, but it'll totally be cleaned up by the time that you get here on June 4th is what we are hoping to open that particular weekend. So as always, we are super glad that you joined us. Thank you so very much. We hope that you have enjoyed the spirit of Rockford and make it a Barnstormer weekend. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.